This is Welly scenario, student ID I250324886, presenting project group 2, a cybersecurity threat assessment for the National Water Resource Authority, NWRA. Next slide, please. Sam, would you please go to the next slide?
It's there already.
Okay. Because it's not moving on my side. Okay. This slide covers first asset
Would you like to
identification.
start again? Would everybody like to restart? Let's restart.
Okay, let's restart.
Yeah. Let's restart.
Let's restart.
Okay. So let me hear. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, restart.
This is Welly scenario, student ID I250324886, presenting project 2, a cybersecurity threat assessment for the National Water Resource Authority, NWRA. This slide covers asset identification and classification. Second, vulnerability assessment and risk mitigation. IoT device, track leaks, pressure, and quality in modern water system using sensor like flow, pH, acidity, ultrasonic, and edge controller, remote terminal unit, or programmable logic controller. This data goes through simulators, analytics like Apache Storm, and alerts visualization like WhatsApp notification and Grafana data visualization and monitoring. Securing this asset is key for quick leak detection and alerts. We categorize asset by examining criticality, sensitivity, and value. First, very high risk. SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition server, network, a bridge stop operation. Second, high risk, field devices, operators, credential, put safety at risk. Third, medium risk, cloud, dashboards, leaks, affect data, not immediate operations. SCADA systems were not made for current security threats. A bad password or sensor can cause supply chain trouble or false alerts. SCADA systems are at risk due to IoT integration. Assessments show issues like weak authentication, configuration, and old software. Our framework to reduce risk: first, redundancy, backup sensors for key points. Second, diversity, use different vendors to fight attacks. The third, hardening, patch often, use zero trust access for SCADA. For instance, the Digital Water City project used separate sensors to limit risk, but share data. Water systems are important for cities. As we use more technology, we must secure the systems. Our way to classify and lower risk help protect main asset. First, making safe, smart choices for water management. Next, Ms. Vika will be presenting her part. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vika Vitaloka Pramansa with student ID I250311062. I'll be sharing how we can strengthen data protection through 3 core areas, such as access controls, encryption strategies, and identity management systems. These are the foundational layers that modern organizations use to secure sensitive information. Okay, first, let's talk about access controls. A common method is role-based access control, or RBAC, where access is based on a user's job role. We now need multi-factor authentication, or MFA, which requires a mix of something you know, something you have, and passwords, phone verification, and biometrics. Lastly, there is the principle of least privilege that only giving users the minimum access they need to do their job. This helps limit damage if someone's account is ever compromised. Next, we move on to encryption strategies. Data must be protected not only when stored or at rest, but also when being transmitted or in transit. End-to-end encryption ensures that data is only visible to the sender and receiver. even if it passes through many servers. Another critical part is key management. Encryption keys are stored and rotated securely. Without strong key protection, even the best encryption can be bypassed. Lastly, we have identity management systems. These systems are like digital gatekeepers. They verify who users are, assign them permissions, and just as importantly, can revoke access when needed. A centralized identity system reduces the risk of unauthorized access, especially in large organizations with many users and systems. In summary, effective security isn't about just one thing, it's about layering. When access control, encryption, and identity management work together, they provide a strong adaptive shield against modern cyber threats. Thank you.
And everyone, I am Geronimo Junior Lumeda with student ID number I25032965, and I'll be discussing the preparation for and responding to cyber threats. Now, cybersecurity threats are increasingly dynamic and sophisticated, which requires organizations to adapt comprehensive incident response and recovery frameworks. Now, these structured plans are integral to effectively detecting, containing, eradicating, and recovering from cybersecurity incidents. In alignment with guidance from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, incident response is now viewed as a key component of broader cybersecurity risk management activities, which encompasses the phases of detection, response, and recovery, which are all underpinned by continuous improvement based on lessons learned. Now, while the preparatory phase is not part of the core incident response process, it plays a vital role in reinforcing its efficacy. Establishing a cybersecurity incident response team, or CSIRT, is crucial to organizational resilience. Now, this team comprises specialized professionals tasked with managing incidents and preventing recurrence. Typical roles include incident handlers who execute response protocols, forensic analysts who examine root causes and damage. We also have threat hunters who proactively detect hidden threats, and security engineers who implement defenses to mitigate future risks. Now, the incident response process is outlined into six principal phases. And the first one, preparation, which involves accurate asset inventory and the integration of vulnerability and patch management within agile development practices. Detection and analysis, which harness advanced technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning to monitor systems in real time, enabling prompt identification of intrusions and anomalies. Containment strategies are tailored to the nature of the incident, which limits its impact and allowing time for remediation. Eradication focuses on the complete removal of malicious elements to restore system integrity. Recovery ensures operational restoration through actions like system rebuilding, policy updates, and security enhancements. Now, lastly, the post incident activity phase, which involves a thorough analysis of the incident to identify its root causes and extract actionable lessons, therefore, fortifying the defenses of organizations and reducing the likelihood of the incident occurrences. For cybersecurity awareness, it refers to the initiatives which are aimed at educating internet users about the risks posed by cyber attacks and the vulnerabilities of data and digital systems. Now, the primary goals of such awareness are to inform users of potential threats and enhance their understanding, thereby reducing human errors and organizational weaknesses. Regular and well designed training programs are essential to minimize the effects of increasingly frequent and complex security incidents. Effective awareness training should encourage secure online behavior and compliance with established countermeasures. According to a research that was conducted by Taher Dost in 2024, various strategies can be employed to deliver impactful cybersecurity awareness programs. And this include continuous training throughout the year, simulation-based exercises which allow hands-on practice in realistic scenarios, gamified modules to boost the engagement, interactive computer-based training for flexible learning, and instructor-led sessions that offer real-time guidance. Now, implementing these diverse and accessible approaches is vital to enhancing the employees' cyber competencies and ultimately strengthening an organization's defense against cyber threats.
Thank you, Nemo. I'm Samuel Chua with ID number 250-32868, and I'll be discussing on continuous oversight and regulatory adherence. With threats evolving daily and regulations tightening across industries, it's no longer enough to react. Organizations must adopt a proactive, ongoing approach in monitoring and compliance. Tools like SHEM systems for security information and event management provide real-time threat detection by collecting and analyzing security data from across an organization. They alert us to anomalies like unauthorized access attempts, helping us respond quickly before damage is done. Additionally, logging users and network activities is essential. Logs provide a record of who did what, when, where, and supporting investigations and helping directly determine policy violations. Internal audits are also helpful to catch gaps early, ensure policies are followed, and validate that the systems are working as expected. Whereas external third-party systems also provide unbiased perspective and ensure compliance with industry standards. Organizations must align with frameworks like NIST, ISO, IEC 27001, and industry-specific regulations such as HIPAA, PCI, DSS, and GDPR. And such compliance is not limited to internal systems. It also extends to third-party vendors. We must ensure our partners and suppliers follow the same standards through vendor assessments and compliance reviews, because a breach in their system can be a breach in ours also. In closing, continuing oversight and regulatory adherence are not just about staying compliant. They're about staying secure. Through active monitoring, regular audits, and strict alignment to standards, we would ensure a safer network security system. In behalf of JARA, I'll be summarizing the report for the Group 2. Basically, we understood that analyzing the NWRA would require an integrated risk management system wherein every aspect in terms of asset protection, threat response, and policy enforcement should be integrated and working hand in hand. Key recommendations that was observed in relation to NWRA is they need to invest in threat detection automation, regular updates of incident response framework, and foster a culture of cybersecurity awareness. Long-term is we need to practice continuous improvement as cybersecurity strategy evolves through time with new threats evolving through time also. With that, that presents our group presentation, a comprehensive cybersecurity threat assessment for NWRA.